What is up, everybody? Welcome to CB Gaming, and I am finally back, guys. Oh man, it's been a long time since I've been able to record a video. I'm really happy to be back, and I figured what better way to start off with talking about Madden 25. It is coming back. We just got a bunch of information about it, and of course, the closed beta has been officially announced, and I believe from the email I have is starting today. So for those of you who have beta codes coming, make sure you check your emails that you signed up for. You should have a beta code in there and you should be able to start downloading it. Mine is downloading as I am recording this. And I wanted to come on here, go over the news that dropped today about Madden 25, give my thoughts on it. And then of course, I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. But anyways, let's get right into this article that came out from the Madden 25 website. Welcome to Madden 25. It feels like just yesterday we were talking about Madden 24, but this year, man, it feels like we might be onto something good, right? I know all of you have probably already heard it. There's probably 1,000 videos already out there about Madden 25. I wish I could have got it out earlier, but I'm getting into it when I can get to it, right? So if you guys already heard about it, that's great. I wanted to give my take on it and just go over with you guys, just in case maybe you didn't see it yet. So first and foremost, the gameplay. From what it sounds like, they are sort of revamping the gameplay to some degree. I had a feeling this might be happening when NCAA announced that they were going for a whole different direction. That, you know, we know EA likes to use the same type of things for all of their, or for multiple games, not all of their games, but for multiple games to save money so that it's more unison and more resources for multiple different titles. And with the news that NCAA is going to be having sort of a whole different approach to it, I sort of figured that if it wasn't this Madden, next Madden, we would start to see some actual change in the game. And it sounds like, and I'm doing air quotes when I say sounds like, that is coming to Madden 25. First one here, they want this to be the most deep, authentic experience delivering control on the sticks. This year's feature set, which includes physics-based tackling. We have not had a true physics-based tackling in this game since, what was it, like Madden 16 or something like that, 17. I'm sure I'm wrong. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments, but it's been a long time. Everything has been animation driven, and I'm sure that Madden is not going to go away from all of the different animations that they have done in the past. But to know that they are starting to understand that people want physicality, they want more true tackling forms, and they don't want animations, you know, taking the fun away from the game. This does look promising. I'm excited for it, man. I can't say that enough. I am excited. New signature styles, new mechanics for the ball carriers, catching and pre-play, and focusing on football fundamentals within blocking. That's a big one. Playbooks and more. Players will have more control than ever before in Madden NFL 25. And here is where the caveat comes in. They have this thing called Boom Tech. Team introduced the Field Sense animation branching system to deliver on control, rather than outcomes that feel more scripted or predetermined. This year in Madden NFL 25, that vision is being accelerated with the introduction of Boom Tech, our next gameplay innovation that has been over 2 years in the making. That line tells you right there, not only were they working on building NCAA, it sounds like they were almost using this as a way to rebuild the game. Because if you guys have been in the know with why Madden seems to be so crazy when it comes to updates and lack of changing, it's because they are working on an old system that they continuously have to, you know, take one part away and then put it over here, because if you change it too much, it changes these other 17 things, and there's old code and all this crazy cobwebbed and spiderwebbed of things that they have to work through every time they do an update. And they haven't really had the timing, because they're a yearly title, to pretty much rebuild the game. And it sounds like they used NCAA's team to sort of rebuild Madden without actually putting the Madden team to it. That's sort of what I'm getting from it. And if that's the case, that might be the best thing that's for Madden in years, because we have been saying in the community for so long, this game needs to be remade. And if they are taking that seriously, even though they didn't do it the way we wanted them to, it's still something that we have to appreciate, because if we can finally have a good Madden game again, I would be so happy. And here's the next one, physics-based tackling. Feel realistic control with every tackle so you can cut loose and attack the ball with powerful hit sticks, cut sticks, trucks, dives, and stiff arms. The new data-driven physics system considers timing, momentum, weight, speed, strength, and player ratings to inform one-on-one ball carrier impact. Also to determine the branching animation. So you know there's still gonna be animations, but they're not gonna go back to full, you know, ragdoll, I don't think, because I just don't think they like the way that it looked. But if they can at least branch off of the animation-based stuff to where it's more of an afterthought rather than the de facto what's gonna happen, that could still lead to a very different and good gameplay for us. I'm not gonna lie, this next spot here with the reloaded hit stick sort of made me feel old. It says, the legendary hit stick has been refreshed, reloaded, and reimagined to celebrate 20 years as a feature. Wow, I forgot that this is 20 years since Madden 2005 came out. That is crazy, and I now feel really old. Man, I remember when that game came out. That is crazy. But anyway, so they reloaded the hit stick. It sounds like that's going to be, I don't really think that needed to be done, but I think that it does help that if they are going to be changing to more of a weight-based, speed-based, momentum-based type of tackling system, you have to obviously change up the hit stick because sometimes it was a little unrealistic. Ball carrier control is also getting a revamp. New ball carrier balance and recovery system determines a specific boom tech branching animation based on the quality of the hit and the ratings of the player involved. Get the control you need to counter the hit stick, break the tackle, and recover your balance. It sounds like they're taking away the fact that you have to have balance beam as a what's the word I'm looking for? I had it right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, an ability, yeah. And instead of just making it so that running backs can have balance, because all of them usually do. I hated that that was a thing that you had to have an ability for. That made no sense to me. So I hope that that is what that is saying. Foundational football is the next one. Our core gameplay is back with the newest iteration of Field Sense. Get increased control across key areas, including innovative passing, catching, blocking, and coverages, along with advanced ball carrier mechanics for more dynamic and realistic playmaking. New playbooks, guys. I've been asking for new playbooks for years. Some of you guys, we've talked about it in the comments section before. I've mentioned it many times in past videos. I feel like the playbooks are just stale, and we need to do away with them controlling the outcome of games for the simulation system. So the fact that they're talking about redoing playbooks, that is huge. That's something this game is needed. So I'm all for that. New playbooks capture the game's most inventive and explosive plays to align with today's NFL playstyles for a wider variety of viable game plans and more strategy in all three phases. While all new intelligent ball carrier mechanics provide explosive movement and more control between downs. We can't wait to dive. Okay, so we're gonna get a lot more of this obviously as the weeks and the months come up to August and the game's release, but it sounds as if we are going to be getting a very different Madden when it comes to how the ball carriers work, which is awesome, because that has sort of been lackluster as of late, as you guys know. And then they have NFL immersion. This is something that I have been wanting, and I know a lot of people that I'm close with have wanted for a long time in the game. Some people don't care about this. I do. I want to be immersed in a game. You guys know, if you watch my franchise series, that I will do so much extra stuff just to make it feel more immersive for myself and for you guys watching at home. And the fact that I think they're starting to get that's what people want is awesome. It says, earlier we mentioned the team's focus on ensuring that Madden NFL 25 looks, feels, and sounds different. The delivery of these features comes down to one huge team focus: immersion. Yes. And it mentions new commentary crews so that you feel closer, new franchise settings. Everything that that we have sort of wanted has starting to seep into the actual patch notes and the announcement notes, which is big, because for years, Madden refused to use this as like a back of the box material because they thought that nobody cared about it. And in fact, it was pretty much what the majority of their community wanted. We didn't care that there was some stupid mode with Campbell's Chunky Soup plastered all over it where we could, you know, play NFL Street. I'm sure some liked it. Some, you know, maybe tried it. But no, man, we want good franchise. We want immersive games. We don't want things to feel like they're predetermined. We want to feel like anything can happen, because that's what's supposed to happen in NFL football. And it feels like they're sort of trying to get that a little bit. Now, of course, pre-release optimism is at an all-time high, as it is every year. I'm sure somebody in the comments is gonna have an issue with me being excited. I am sorry that I'm happy. I'm sorry that you're not, right? Like, just let me have it, man. Like, so this game sucks in 3 months. We're all gonna be mad anyway, so why can't I be happy in June, right? That's the way I see it. It sounds like they are on the right path, so I'm excited, man. I am. I was not this excited last year. I may have said I was, but I truly was not, because they just didn't really talk much about what was changing. There was no changes to franchise at all, even though they claimed that there was going to be. So this year, it seems like they actually put in work on franchise, which is something that this franchise or this game has needed for about 5 to 10 years, probably closer to 10. Speaking of franchise, now here is the franchise overview. The fact that this is the biggest section, man, is why I'm so excited. NFL Draft Night and franchise is more authentic than ever with a rebuild environment, fresh player fits, iconic moments, and draft prospect board that's easier to navigate, and real-time draft grades. See inside team war rooms and green rooms as the night progresses, then meet Roger Goodell on new NFL draft stage in a fresh fit that suits you. I don't really care about the fit. I'm not a fit guy, but if it means that when we draft players in franchise that it actually looks like an NFL draft, I am all for it. Manage personalities through dynamic storylines in team meeting rooms, coaches' offices, press conferences, and practice sidelines. Guys, this is sort of like the stuff that we had in NFL head coach. If some of you are young and or old enough, not young enough, old enough to remember that game and have played that game, that was a big thing in that game too. Is like you had to sort of handle guys personalities wise and not piss them off. Otherwise they wouldn't want to play for you, or they wouldn't play as well, or their ratings would dip. If they are bringing that to franchise, wow, am I excited to run another franchise here on this channel. Franchise Central provides simplified league creation tools and delivers more important information at your fingertips, including personal messages and top stories that make your franchise experience feel more like the NFL in every moment. That's pretty nice to see. So essentially, it's going to centralize everything so that way you don't have to dig through 18 different slides to find what you need. So that's good. Board depth improvements features team and rookie records, improved team roster, AI for free agency and draft selections, new draft stories and generators, refined player progression logic focused on younger and older players, revamped news content focused on important games every week, and female models in Create a Coach for the first time. Okay, hey, that's cool, man. That is cool. Female models in Create a Coach for the first time. That's never been done. As well as a fresh Super Bowl celebration. Finally, guys, a new Super Bowl celebration. We've only been asking for that for, what was it, like 5 years? There we go. Tuning and progression across multiple franchise systems has been altered to ensure teams are smarter, reflecting real NFL strategy. I'm hoping that means AI, because that was the big key. Like, AI needed to be revamped. It sounds like they are getting that and they are making those changes. Crossplay and franchise will launch in Madden NFL 25 after a successful beta via a live service update at holiday last year. If you guys were part of it, obviously that went well. And now they're coming to the actual game full-time for sure. So that's going to be really cool. And then last but definitely not least, guys, team builder. This is Create a Team. I don't care what you want to call it now. This is Create a Team. Finally, we are getting some customization, and we are going to be able to make teams again for franchise. Design your own team using the customization tools available on the Team Builder website. Upload your own logos and personalize your team uniforms, helmets, and field. Once created, import your team into your franchise and dominate for Super Bowl glory. We can also share. There are going to be community files just like there is for like NBA 2K. Oh my God, guys, this I've been wanting since Madden 13, and that's not even an exaggeration. Madden 12 was the last time Madden offered a free customizable team that you could do in franchise, and it is finally back after more than a decade. And we have been begging for it since it left in 2013. From our franchise fans, we heard the desire. I hope you did. I mean, we tried to cancel you guys essentially for not having it. So like, this is, wow. We also have presentation overview, new broadcast teams and commentary add to the most immersive audio experience in years. We've added crowd audio sourced from the 2023 NFL season's Monday Night Football games and NFL film, so it doesn't just feel like realistic crowd noise, it is real crowd noise. On-field sound effects have been increased and refreshed. Pad collisions, grunts, extortions, yada yada, to now include over 500. I'm not a guy who likes to hear that because I watch the game. I want it to feel like I'm watching a game, so I usually like turn that stuff down a little bit. But for those of you who are like into that thing, there you go. The whole thing is getting revamped. New pregame montages in Superstar and Ultimate Team focus more on your players and their storylines. Re-energized environments and camera angles bring an upgraded perspective from kickoff to a Super Bowl celebration. Did we mention a new score bug at the bottom? Okay, yeah, that's right. They're going to moving the instead of having the scoreboard up here, it's going to be down here now. on like when you're playing on the screen. So like, it doesn't make much of a difference to me. I just want it to look cool. Sometimes they sort of go over the top a little bit with these and they look weird, but hopefully they're, you know, they make it look better. Play-by-play never sounded so good. 2 new teams joined, so that doesn't mean it's only gonna be 2. That means we're still gonna have Charles Davis and Brandon Gaudin, of course, but there'll be 2 new people coming to the game, and that's awesome. It's Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. That is awesome, man. Greg Olson was actually really good last year. I loved watching him commentate. He did some really good stuff. And then along with Kate Scott and former NFL quarterback Brock Howard, I think it's Howard or Howard. So a mix of different commentary teams. These new teams are here to refresh your Madden experience and bring it to life with over 42,000 fresh recordings at launch, with multiple in-season updates to keep it fresh. I'm wondering if it's going to be where you have to pick a commentary team or if it's just randomized every game. And then it talks about live game modes. So like just the fact that now that crossplay is a thing, you have the ability to now play with any console you want, you know, so that's awesome. I'm happy that that's a thing now, because it seems like a lot of games are starting to get that. People have made up their minds on what they're going to use for a console, but they don't, like, they're not going to choose their friends based off of that. I mean, you used to have to, but nowadays games are starting to be more inclusive, where it's not just you got to play on your console, but you can play with any version of the game as long as you guys are connected to that game. So I'm happy to see that that's coming through. And then this is for, like, you know, their live update stuff as well. These experiences have fresh new ways to play in Madden 25 and are constantly being updated all season long for you. That means new rewards, feature releases, themed programs, and the ability to customize your style and skills in Superstar, build a dominant roster from current and former NFL legends in Madden Ultimate Team, utilize regularly updated team playbooks, or stick with launch playbooks, jump into Superstar the League and Superstar Showdown to play and progress your avatar with new unique minigames, limited time events, and challenges. And then the other one is Superstar. Show the world what you're made of with updates to this action-packed, unique, player-driven mode. Customize your avatar with new archetypes, faces, hair, tattoos, and more. Utilize new combine drills to grow your avatar, then dominate the league, show off in Showdown, and collect rewards in year-round. So it sounds like you're going to have the Superstar mode, and then, if I'm not mistaken, this Showdown is, I guess, what is it supposed to be, like almost like the Superstar KO thing they had, where like you can team up? I'm not sure. I'm not going to pretend that I know exactly what they're talking about. And finally, here's a good one. You can transition your Road to Glory character from EA Sports College Football 25 into Superstar mode. Take your college football character all the way from draft class to Super Bowl MVP. I wish we had the ability with draft classes as a whole, but I do understand the legality behind it. If you guys did not know, you won't be able to do that because all the college players don't have deals with Madden. They have it with NCAA. So in order for them to be able to be ported out into Madden, they would have to essentially be paid by both Madden and NCAA game, and that's just not something that's going to happen. So because of that, they're not going to let you import in the roster. But who knows what will happen in the future. But for now, the only way you can import is through Road to Glory, which is still, I mean, it's a character to bring in at least, but it's not going to be for franchise. And that's really it, guys. I know there's a lot more about Ultimate Team and, you know, those game modes like head-to-head. I'm not a big Ultimate Team or head-to-head guy. I'm a franchise guy. That's all I care about. That's the only reason I play the game. Like, that's just the way I am. It's the way I've been for 10, 15, 20 years. So I really wanted to just go over this, give my opinions on it. I want to hear what you guys think. I am super excited, man. This is going to really change the way that I do my franchise. I feel like, I mean, this is going to make my job easier, but it's also going to mean that I can put more effort and more time into bringing you guys better and more content revolving around franchise. And hopefully that means plenty of more things for me to talk to you guys about with tips, because I'll be diving into it right away. Like I said, I'm downloading the beta. I'm going to be jumping into that immediately. And hopefully that'll help me get some, you know, information so that way I can get that out to you guys. But yeah, please let me know down below what you guys think of the updates for Madden 25 on the website here. And if you guys are excited for the game to come out. And are you guys gonna be getting both games, one or the other, not getting Madden? Does this change your stance on the game given all the information that they actually gave us this year? I'm very curious to know what you guys think. So thank you guys so much for watching. Before you leave, hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on the bell notification, and I will see you guys next time.